Salutations to all our chieftaincy title holders. Greetings to all the gunners who have been, in one way or the other,
Gone down.
Greetings to the blue side of Manchester. I know people are not much, but peace be with you, because the palace that you tried to invade, it was crystal clear that
the palace guards were on
yes,
duty.
they were on guard. Of course, we will also say salutations to all our brethren across the various channels in Barcelona, where they experience another
hiccup,
another checkpoint, a bump on the road to success, while of course their pursuers, aka their competitors,
are chasing and getting closer.
Up a very important win. I don't want to be that I came because of you, the chieftaincy title holders, like I said, but welcome back to this show where it seems myself and Sir Bubu, we are now becoming serious investment advisors and prophets. Sir Bubu, you're welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
As it is, there's blood on the dance floor.
Oh. This one you are speaking philosophy. Go on, sir. What was that?
Last week, we saw what happened in the midweek matches, where the chieftaincy title guys felt if they come into the red half of London, they'll be given favours.
So but they saw red.
As it is, they said the corner FC boys did what they know how to do best.
I'm going to get to that later, because I don't understand. You people have started doing corner business. Arsenal, you are doing corner. Continue, sir.
Then a particular team in the blue half of London have started proving me right. As I said, when things click, they become very dangerous.
I thought there's one. Okay, it's not Prophet Bubu.
And as we see it, they're in the race, so if you like it or not. Oh. Well, the storms have started coming in, and it saved it saved the particular team from playing on Saturday. But I hope the rescheduled match will not be a thorn in their flesh when the matches start coming in thick and thin. Then in Italy, we saw the Nigerian wonder boy, who we all know now that
is the heir apparent to the throne of his other brother.
Anything that happens and is not given, will march to Egypt.
They say this is not a political podcast. People will not march anywhere. Not in Nigeria. CAF will just tell one body to release this thing now. People have forgotten.
But we all know that the way he's playing and the way he's scoring, there's no player playing like him presently. He got the winner on Friday against AC Milan. And we thought
that was all.
We thought Napoli would do their own job. But it's like last year is becoming a cost team for Napoli because they knocked them out of the Coppa Italia during the week. 3-1 defeat. And they went to Naples to go and beat them again 1-0. So as it is Atlanta's...
So the 1-0 man now received the 1-0...
Yes. So as it is, Atlanta are top of the Serie A. 9 straight matches unbeaten. Inter did what they know how to do best. They won. They're picking up points here and there.
And they are third.
Then in Germany, we saw Bayern Munich winning 4-2. The other guys chasing them have started picking up points. But it's obvious that this is Bayern Munich's... this is Bayern Munich's Bundesliga. Yes. Then we saw what happened in France on Friday, where PSG played out a draw and Marseille won, but it's still a 5-point gap for them. Then in Spain, we saw what happened in Spain.
Oh!
You know, when the season started, we sat down here and said, it is Barca's own to lose. But as it is...
So they decided to lose it?
They are losing it gradually.
They decided to lose it. They are the ones that decided.
They drawed over the weekend and Madrid won again.
Yeah.
And
although Madrid lost.
They lost midweek, but Madrid won. It's a dilly-dally thing. So let's just watch them. And if those two teams don't take care, Atletico might just breeze.
Yeah, because they have started.
Those are just picking up points, and they're in the background watching how the league is going. Then we'll come down to the Premiership, where that is the bread and butter of most of the fans that tune in.
That watch into our show.
And I can tell you for a fact that it's going to be a long road. I don't know what's wrong with Man City. As you said, they went to the Palace and the Palace guards caged them well. Nico Lewis collecting a red card, a second bookable offense for that match, and I don't know what's wrong with City, and I pray for them.
Yeah, I'll go out on a limb. I'll go out on a limb and say that Pep is losing the script. You look at an average Man City lineup and you wonder, what is this man thinking? He has the likes of Jeremy Doku, he has the likes of Jack Grealish at his disposal, but he's starting Matheus Nunes as a winger. But you don't have grit in the middle of the pack. Your midfield is looking lightweight. You have Gundogan playing as your holding midfielder. Gundogan is how many years? 33 or 34?
Ancient of days.
And you are playing in the Premier League where pace and power is like requirement.
Renz, I can tell you for a fact that Pep made 3 errors during the summer, and they're coming to bite him big time. He allowed Alvarez go to Atletico Madrid.
Without replacement.
I guess the amount that was offered
without replacement. Yes. The key mistake is not replacing. You will sell for that money. Even me, I will sell.
It was too good.
Yeah,
because compared to the amount they paid for him from the South American club, they allowed Palmer go to Chelsea. That is the coup of this season.
That one was last season.
Yeah, see, the sins of last season are already catching up with him.
Okay.
Then Delap. He's a City player that is scoring left and right for Ipswich.
Nobody is even saying, because if you let an Alvarez leave, you could keep Delap as a backup.
I don't know why he did not strengthen this season.
I think you also omitted another mistake, because Calvin Phillips left and there was no backup for him.
Well, Calvin Phillips was not really missed.
No, when I say there's no backup, at a time like this, with this kind of injury, you now understand
why he's very...
Yes, and then it's not just... It was a litany of injuries. De Bruyne was out. Kova is out.
Rodri is out. A couple of
players were just picking them left, right, and center. That could be an opportunity for a player to come in. But like I said, Pep has not done himself any favors. His selection decisions are baffling. He dropped Ederson for no reason. I would say no reason, because Ederson's level didn't drop. He sends a bad message to your squad. It looks like you're panicking. You're just trying to chop. Now, Nunes is on the wing, playing as a winger. And I know he delivered an assist for Haaland's.
And he has lost Nico Lewis for this match.
For the next match,
which is very, very important.
And Lewis was playing betting in midfield. Kyle Walker is not on form. You couldn't drop him for the young man. Put some bodies in midfield that will run around for you. So I kind of feel like, in his efforts to, compensate or to find a solution to what's going on, Pep is gradually digging himself into another pit. And the league is just getting tougher, so it might be hard for him to come back.
Well,
this season,
yes. I just feel they should just try and get a place in the top 4 or the top 5. It now depends on the performance of English clubs in Europe, where they might be given an extra slot, because the slot they were supposed to take last season went to the Italians and the Germans. Well, for us now, you saw what happened against United. They got that done. No, they went to Fulham.
Don't brush it off. What's in the corner? Waka waka. Is that how people are moving now? Arsenal. People are moving from the corner.
I told people that if you have a plan B in anything you do, it tends to make things kind of easier. Everybody has started to predict the way Arsenal plays now. Low block, Stav, Saka of the ball, Odegaard of the ball. So, set pieces are one of the things that if you don't take them, it will come back to haunt you. A set piece has won the World Cup for Germany and Italia 90, a Bremen's penalty. Set piece won the World Cup for Brazil in 1994. Set piece is part of the game.
Of course.
Most coaches don't take it serious. But right now, everybody is looking at it as we have to start taking this thing as serious as possible. Because check out players that have scored a lot of goals. Half of them are penalties. It's a set piece.
Yeah. Of course, the set piece. It's corner kick I'm talking about. Don't come and be telling me set piece. We are talking.
No.
Anyways, they are all set pieces.
They are all set pieces.
Of course, corners and
some
dead
teams
balls.
cannot even score from a
Dead
corner. That's what I'm
balls,
talking about.
Yes.
Corners
are very difficult.
You need a level of training and expertise and the players to do it.
Yes. And
You
Arsenal
understand?
are doing it very well.
Because the Arsenal squad is very tall, first of all. They have the height.
I think Arteta invested specifically in increasing the vertical age of the squad, like the height of the players.
So you understand?
And of course, Arsenal have now rewarded set piece coach with a new deal.
A 2 years contract.
You see, they know what they are doing.
So as it is, and Arsenal had the chance to reduce the points with Liverpool. They got
during the weekend.
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
The match started well. They had possession, and it was only the target they had as Fulham. They scored. I blame Saliba for that, because when he was supposed to track down, he stopped. I know little margins are very important in football. And the goalkeeper was not well positioned because he had already come out. If the goalkeeper was on his line, that ball would have entered the net.
You know, the handbook or the textbook says you close down the attacker, you make yourself big. And that's what the goalkeeper attempted to do.
And it was already too
late.
The
hesitancy, that split second by indecision
by Saliba initially messed up the whole thing. Then that Saka's goal, they said it was offside. But when I looked at Saliba's goal and Saka's goal, Saliba was actually even offside in his own goal.
But there was still an offside.
But as it is, they said the final whatever the referees or the VAR guys say is final. So that's Arsenal aside. Then we went to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and in the first 15 minutes, Tottenham were 2-0 up. And I said, it's going to be a long day here.
Wow.
And when I was watching the match with a couple of friends, I told them that there are two things that will happen. Tottenham scores the third goal, Chelsea scores one goal. If Chelsea scores one goal at 2-1, Tottenham would capitulate. And I was right. Because Minelli Song lost that chance to make it 3-0.
Yeah.
And Chelsea came back at 2-2. I saw Tottenham started panicking. Because Spurs don't have a game plan. Their own is, let's just keep attacking.
No, they have a game plan. Their game plan is, the game plan you think is not a game plan. Let's keep attacking. Play with a high line. Move the ball forward. Press with energy. And the problem with that move is, they had the defenders to do it. When they have Van der Ven, when they have Romero, it works perfectly. Now, Romero went off. Van der Ven, subsequently, later in the game, also went off. So, you don't have those defenders with the pace and the intelligence to deal with.
The plan was thrown.
So, already a spanner was thrown in the works.
And that was it.
Now, let me tell you about my game, this game yesterday. It happened, Bubu, like I told you, yesterday was my carol in church, and I'm a chorister. So I brought out my device. I said, I want to stream this game and I said, no. Let it not be like. And I asked my friend, you know what the score is? He said 2-0. How many minutes? 17. I said, hey, 17. And I was like, okay, what's the possession stats? And he told me it was like, as at that point, it was like 73 something. I said, oh, Chelsea are dominating. I said, okay. So that means it's probably defensive errors. And when I went to go through the highlights of that point, because I joined the match when it was 2-2, and I was able to complete the fixture, the sweetest part. So, beauty for ashes for me. Sabu, clap for me. So, when I joined, I said, it's likely to be defensive errors, because I know Chelsea can dominate the ball and then shoot themselves in the foot. And looking at the boots that have ended up in the bin now, you just know that Chelsea are capable of those moments. And that's one of my problems. When Chelsea fans are getting excited, we are not in the title race, I always tell them, look, the reality of the situation is that team is exciting. The team is good. But the team is still so fragile that, most times they can capitulate. They can harm themselves. And when you harm yourself, you are the enemy of yourself. And that's what happened to Arsenal last season. They shot themselves in the foot. Like, you can't be having a pack chasing you and then you are now limiting yourself. So that's just the challenge. But of course, they gave a beautiful response to the challenge that was laid down. They came back, 2-1, 2-2. And like we were saying before we started the show, when you give Chelsea a sniff of an opportunity, they'll want to capitulate. And of course, Chelsea fans can always brag and say we know how to beat Tottenham. We have that. We have the scores. Last season they were unbeaten, and Chelsea were able to interrupt the.
So
the
as it is now, they're in the title race, right?
Chelsea are in a race. It might be that it is a heavenly race. It might be that it is a sack race. It might be like it's a top 4 race. I know they are in a race, but come on title for inside.
Well,
the last people when say they did title race.
Well,
they know where they did that.
The bottom line remains is they are second on the log.
Yeah, they are second.
And they are in the race. And as it is, they are out of the League Cup.
Yes.
They have a very easy European fixture because they can easily play their second teams. Because if you look at the caliber of teams in the Conference League this season, I don't think anybody is close to Chelsea. So Chelsea can easily sacrifice the FA Cup and face the Conference League.
You mean there are no teams close to the level of Chelsea B?
They'll get to a point Chelsea will start playing that tournament.
That one will just be so that they will get medals. Yeah, that's competition for Chelsea B.
Yeah, that's what I'm making you understand that they can easily pursue the Premiership without thinking about many engagements.
Please don't go. Enzo, the son of Maresca, has said we are not in the title race. Our goal since the beginning of the season is enter top 4. The truth of the matter is where
we all know the coach is in the title race. Now let us go to a particular
not the club, just the coach.
In Manchester. Manchester United.
Manchester.
The guys from the Forest came again.
Wait, Sabu, I heard a rumor. I heard that one certain team, their boss got lost in the Forest.
It's still Manchester United.
Although they will say nothing harmed them, but they lost points.
No, we're really harmed because Nottingham Forest will come and play direct with you.
Especially if you are trying to form a play possession.
Yes, play possession football and all. And the match had not even gone 5 minutes. And they consider from a corner again. There's nothing worse when you're starting a race and the person you're running with has 50 meters ahead of you. You have to make up for that 50 meters before you now think of passing the person. And before you know what happened, it was 2-0. What were you expecting?
Now they knee down now.
What were you expecting? And last week, 2 weeks ago, they said they were in the
chieftaincy title race.
They said they were in the race for the title. We don't know which of the titles.
Now chieftaincy title. I don't tell you. Is it not clear now?
If it's the Premiership title,
is it not clear? Which title?
Or the chieftaincy title.
It's the chieftaincy title. Please.
What do you think is the problem with United?
I'm telling you. The problem with United is first, they're too diverse. Last week, they dodged boys for area because they say, I say they're in the chieftaincy title race.
Man U fans, you've heard what Renz said. It's going to be very painful. It's going to be a long, long ride. Is it that you stick with him?
Amorimo, not with me.
Stick with your coach, support him, because let us be realistic. The glory days are gone.
For now.
Are gone.
For now.
For now, it's gone. Now, yes. Because we saw how Liverpool went through their own. City went through their own. Arsenal is trying to kickstart their own. Chelsea is on cruise control presently as it is. We hope for the best, and the next 60 days will tell us a lot about most of the top teams in the Premiership.
Yes.
Because by the time we cross over to the new year and they play the first 30 days in January, by February, first week, second week of February, we now know who and who is
who.
And who is not who.
Picture will be clear. So while we go on a short break, you can bring out your various phones, follow us online, let us know your thoughts, use the hashtag #FanTacticsPodcast, and let us know whether you wait for me for street. Don't go anywhere.
We're back. Champions League is back. Europa League is back. And Conference League. We only talk about Conference League because we have a super team playing there. Ooh. Then we have the fixtures for the weekend.
They will insult me, but I no go.
As it is presently, the Champions League, 5 matches have been played as it is.
Yeah.
So we are at the business end where teams try to consolidate their positions and teams have started fighting for their playoff spots. A win for Liverpool is as good as they have qualified for the round of 16 if they can beat Girona. Whereby Girona needs all the points and all the goals to have a place in the playoffs. What do you think will happen in that match?
I think Arne Slot is going to go all out for those 3 points.
So he can just consolidate it and face.
So he can just say, okay, we have qualified. Maybe in the next fixtures, we can see how we can rest some key players, give some players minutes, but you want to get the 3 points. And I think Liverpool has all it takes to get over the line. So I'll predict a win
for
over
Liverpool.
Girona. But I would also say there's a possibility of Girona also getting in the goals. So it might be both teams
to score.
And Liverpool with the victory.
Then we have a very key fixture that will determine the future of a particular coach in a team that wears the white strip.
Yeah.
Atalanta will take on Real Madrid at Bergamo. A win for Atlanta all but confirms them for the round of 16. Real Madrid needs to start winning. Yeah. In fact, before as it is, they need to win their remaining 3 matches to have any hope of finishing the top 8. And they need to still win their remaining 3 matches to have any hope
to also
finish the
playoffs.
So what do you think? Atlanta, they are red hot. Very unpredictable team. In fact, they play what we call expansive football.
Yeah.
As it is now.
I'm sorry to tell you, Real Madrid fans, but it is looking very unlikely that the kings of the Champions League will be able to. No, I'm not even talking about retaining. Retaining is out of the question.
Okay.
Unless Ancelotti, performs a miracle in fitting his team together. Because right now they are looking like an assembly of stars.
Without no chemistry, no synergy, no direction and anything.
So that's the challenge he's facing. And he's going to an Atalanta side that you say, of course, and we can see he's flying high. Starboy Ademola Lookman.
He want to prove a point in that match because that's the big stage for him to say, okay, so, CAF, give me my crown.
Give me my dues. So I think
what do you think?
They can't lose that game. I can assure you, I can confidently say with a certain although of course we are not God and football is very unpredictable.
So what do you think?
But I would say both teams to score.
Same here.
Both teams to score.
Then Bayern versus Inter Milan.
Bayern versus Inter Milan.
A draw will be good for Inter because a draw helps them consolidate that top 8. Sure. But the funny thing about that top 8, if you don't win, the next team on that wins, it drops you down.
It drops you down. So
and Leverkusen have not been doing too well in the Champions League.
So I would say both teams to score. That's one of the most certain things. But I would also predict an under 2.5.
I'm looking at a draw in that match.
It's going to be a low scoring game. Why? Because Inter are so good defensively.
Yes. Then Leipzig will take on Aston Villa. A quick one.
That's the bottom of the.
As for me, both teams to score in that match.
Safe bet.
Then Salzburg PSG. PSG just needs to win that match. I just forget about
PSG. I don't involve myself in their matter again because you cannot predict which PSG will turn up, and they have been awful in the Champions League this season. But for that fixture, I'll still go with another 2.5.
Well, for me, 2 goals to come out in that match. Shakhtar Donetsk versus Bayern Munich.
Shakhtar Bayern Munich. It's a straight win for Bayern.
Then we'll go for Wednesday fixtures. Atletico Madrid versus Slovan Bratislava. You saw what
battered them.
Thank you. You saw what Atletico did in the last match away. 6-0. They were upset
that they didn't score more.
So I think let's give the match. Well, we're not giving the match. Atletico would, as you said.
It's a battering. Slovan Bratislava.
Then Lille versus Stormgrass. Lille has been playing very well in Champions League this season.
But in their form has been shaky over the past games. So Stormgrass will play a certain level to be able to.
It's likely going to be win or draw.
Yeah.
What about AC Milan, FC Crvena Zvezda?
What you say?
AC Milan versus one team like that for Mr. Europe.
promise that Europe, their names will stay in your white.
Well, I give Milan a straight win for that match. They are long overdue for that win. They won their last match away, so they are already climbing the table. Arsenal will take on AS Monaco.
That's a very tricky fixture. Monaco have shown very good form in the Champions League, so you expect a very tight competition. But I see an Arsenal win or draw.
Okay, Benfica, Bologna.
Bologna just escort people come Champions League this season.
Benfica win or draw.
Benfica will benefit Benfica.
Dortmund, Barcelona. There will be goals in that match.
There will be goals. There will be tons of goals. But I think Barcelona would edge the fixture.
Then the last big fixture. There are other fixtures, but these are selected fixtures. Juventus, Man City.
Pep, don't see Pepe. Juventus.
At home.
Very frustrating set of people.
Yeah, they defend.
Very frustrating set of people.
Their match that they played on Saturday, the match was very, very tough. They had to come.
That was with Lazio, right?
No, they played a team on Sunday. They had to come from behind in that match because the match was a very, very tricky match for them. A match that they had to play out their whole heart.
I think
with Bologna, it was 2-2. It ended 2-2.
So it's a troubling trend for Guardiola. I'm sorry for him because I think the kind of coaches the teams might not be as glamorous as you would think, but he's meeting top coaches, and I mean, Juventus are tricky.
You know what? I feel that match, both sides are going to score, but I can't really lay who will win the match. City needs to win that match. That's just the truth. Juventus needs to win the match.
Yeah.
So both teams do. Then for Europa League on Thursday, selected fixtures: Malmo, Galatasaray. Galatasaray will be away. What do you say?
Straight win.
For Gala. Roma, Braga. Roma at home.
Braga. Ranieri's Roman Knights are picking up.
Then Victoria Pexin versus Man United.
Victoria Pexin.
All right, so it is a club in Czech Republic.
So I think Man U has what it takes to pick up the results, and they need the morale boosting win, so that should get.
Okay, then points. Rangers will take on Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham will use verse. But who they verse anyhow sometimes can make mistakes. So
then
I see both teams.
The Conference League, Astana of Azerbaijan takes on Chelsea. It's a long journey for them.
Yeah, a trip halfway around the world for Chelsea Team B. But like you said, it's a competition that they have enough firepower to win through
and win it.
That should be another high-scoring game.
Then Saturday we'll come to the Premiership.
Wow.
The first fixture is for Arsenal versus Everton. At the same time Arsenal is playing, Liverpool will play Fulham, then Newcastle will play Leicester, then Wolves will play Ipswich.
So Liverpool and Arsenal have swapped opponents from the previous weekend, and the league just gets harder.
And they are both at home.
To be honest,
I give Arsenal a straight win for that match. I still give Liverpool a straight win
against
Fulham. Yes.
I think I would agree.
Then Newcastle would keep this guy quiet for a while. Van Nistelrooy.
I don't think so. But anyways, I will just go safely with.
It's St. James's Park.
Yeah.
And you know that stadium.
It has the atmosphere. But Newcastle are unpredictable. They are good and they are not so good.
Then the Serie A, the two top teams are playing away. Cagliari will host Atlanta.
Straight win.
Then Udinese will host Napoli.
Straight win.
Then Juventus will play Venezia.
Napoli. Straight win.
You're very sure about that.
Straight win.
Then on Sunday, the creme de la creme fixtures.
the Premier League title holders.
It's going to be crazy.
The chieftaincy title.
First of all, Brighton will play Crystal Palace.
Another cracker.
I give a Brighton win for that match. What do you think? Then Manchester United will play Manchester City. So but like the funny thing is that City is at home.
Like I said,
City is at home.
City is at home. So I'm going to go with goals.
Okay.
I'm going to go with goals. There'll be goals in that fixture. But I think for pride. It's going to be tough. The derby is always.
Something tells me City will nick it.
City will pick up maximum.
Chelsea, Brentford.
It will be tougher. That's Chelsea's toughest fixture this season. I can say it for a fact. So I will go with, just for fun. Both sides are on form, actually. And because of that, I'll go with a draw. Like a draw. Chelsea win or draw?
I go for a Chelsea straight win. Then Southampton will play Tottenham Hotspur.
So that's a straight win for Tottenham. If they don't win that match, that coach will look for a job the next day.
Atletico will play Getafe. Barcelona will play Leganes.
Barcelona have been lagging behind lately. So they better don't go and misbehave at Leganes. But I think they have what it takes to get 3 points. Same with Atletico.
Then on Monday, there's a particular fixture that I think they did it for the TV. Lazio will play Inter. But we can talk about it now, and we're still going to talk about it when we come next week again.
So that's going to really be an interesting match.
Okay.
And of course, Lazio are 5th. If I'm not mistaken. Inter are 3rd, just behind Napoli. So it's going to shape up the table. It's going to shake up the table. Either create separation between the top and the chasing pack, or it's going to bridge the gap even more. So I think I'll go with an Inter win or draw. They can't afford to lose that game, and I think they have what it takes. But just to be safe, because football is crazy these days. So
now that the weekend fixtures will come up, it really gives us a crystal clear table after Sunday matches, because
the chasing pack.
If Man City beats United should forget about the top 4. That is just the truth.
No, I think forgetting about the top 4 will be more of a moral thing, not a mathematical permutation.
Because they are not picking up points.
Unfortunately.
And the Premiership is very, very unforgiving. It took City 4 matches before they dropped to 5th or 4th. As I thought it was criminal. A team loses 4 matches and they were still second. So it was weird. But now it is obvious. All those matches they've been losing, we are seeing the aftermath. That's how it is. All the matches Chelsea have been winning, you can see where they are up to.
Progression.
It's just as soon as I'm still wondering that they are still 3rd with all the rubbish they've been playing.
Pick up 3 wins in a row, and the table is going to change drastically. That's how the league.
Yeah, but the good thing about picking those 3 points, those 3 wins, as long as the other teams around you are not picking up the points. Because if they are picking the points and you're picking up the points, you just be where you are.
Just worry about yourself.
Yeah, we know that.
That's the important thing. Worry about yourself, because we all know that the league is tough. Even picking up the 3 wins, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
But with some level of determination, and you can put a run together. So same thing with Man City. 3 wins, and you might just see them putting pressure on Liverpool. Every team is not going to win all the time. And that's why Chelsea fans, they just might, 1 or 2 games, and they might be calling for Maresca's head. It's possible, yes.
Yeah, so you're right.
That's just the thing. Focus on. You can hear the man saying all the time, we are not in the title race, we are just going game by game. It's because you want to detach your players' focus from,
or else the pressure will be on them.
Will be apparent.
And he knows that defense and that goalkeeper can be a liability.
So just the same thing, Manchester United, Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool. You just want to detach your players from the pressure of, we are in the race, we are being chased, we are chasing. Come on, just get these results together. Because the Champions League money is very important for FFP and for PSR these days. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have had fun on the show just as we have. I always tell people, football is a game, it's entertainment. You're an investor, that's beautiful, but you always have to keep yourself in perspective. Protect your mental health. It's the season of love.
And guide your investment.
Yes, it's the season of love. It's the festive season. You want to make sure that you don't want to double your bag of rice and end up with a cup of beans. So you just have to be careful with whatever you're doing. Stay positive. No go dey cry because of, say, You understand? We understand it's painful, but just cheer up and continue to watch Fantastic podcast. When you cry, we'll console you.
Sure. So thanks for joining us. We hope to see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.